You don't get into a man's heart through his eyes. You get in through emotional access points he doesn't even know he has. And when you push the right ones, he won't just like you, he'll crave you. Stick around for button number 2 because it's the one that turns casual interest into full-blown emotional obsession. 1. The I get you button. This one is rare. When a woman makes a man feel understood, not judged, she enters a category most women never reach: emotional intimacy. It's that moment when he opens up just a little, and instead of fixing, correcting, or dismissing, you say something simple like, "I can see why you'd feel that way." Boom, he doesn't feel like he has to wear armor around you anymore. He's not just being heard, he's being seen. And that is an intoxicating experience for a man who's spent years trying to hide his inner world. Men are often taught to suppress their emotions. So when he meets a woman who gets him without making him feel weak, he connects that feeling to you. Maybe he tells you about a pressure he feels at work instead of saying, "Just relax," or "That's not a big deal. Try, that sounds like a lot. I'd probably feel the same." Small response, big impact. 2. The respect button. If love is oxygen to a woman, then respect is oxygen to a man. We're not talking about blind praise or stroking his ego 24/7. We're talking about showing you see his value, especially in the way he thinks, solves problems, or protects what matters to him. When a man feels respected by a woman he's attracted to, his instinct is to prove he deserves it. That's when he starts investing more, chasing more, because her respect isn't handed out like candy. It's earned, and that makes it priceless. Respect triggers his masculine drive. It makes him want to rise, to commit, to show up. It makes him feel like a man. You're man, let him make decisions sometimes. Ask his opinion, especially when you don't have to. And when he solves a problem, acknowledge it, even with a short, "That's actually really smart. I wouldn't have thought of that." That one line, it sticks with him, long after the text convo ends. 3. The rise with me button. This is the emotional button that separates temporary flings from lifelong obsession. Men are builders by nature, and while not every man dreams of empires, every man wants to feel like he's progressing, becoming more than he was yesterday. When you become the woman who aligns with that vision, not by fixing him, but by believing in him, he doesn't just see you as attractive, he sees you as essential. This isn't about being a cheerleader or praising his every move. It's about showing him, subtly, consistently, that you see his potential even when he's in the messy middle of it. Say things like, "I can tell you're not the kind of guy who stays stuck for long. You think differently. It's rare." These kinds of comments don't just stroke his ego, they activate his mission mindset. And once a man links your presence with his own progress, he'll associate you with growth, purpose, and emotional security. That's powerful, because now you're not just someone he dates, you're the woman he builds a future with. And here's the twist: the more he rises, the more addicted he becomes to the one woman who saw it coming before anyone else did. You. Or the safe space button. Most men wear armor all day long. Whether it's at work, with friends, or in public, they're expected to be strong, composed, and unshakable. But underneath all that, there's a part of him that desperately needs a refuge. A place where he can simply be himself, flaws and all, without fear of judgment. When you create that safe space, you're not just giving him comfort, you're tapping into one of his deepest emotional needs. This isn't about fixing his problems or giving unsolicited advice. It's about presence. It's about allowing him to open up without rushing to solve or criticize. How to press it. Listen more than you speak. When he shares something heavy, resist the urge to jump in with solutions. Instead, say things like, "That sounds really tough," or "I'm here for you." Keep your expressions and tone neutral and calm. Avoid eye-rolling, impatience, or dismissiveness. Respect confidentiality. What he shares in that space must remain sacred. Why does this work so well? Because emotional freedom is rare for men, especially those conditioned to always be on. When he feels he can drop the act with you, he relaxes, emotionally and mentally, and that relief creates an unbreakable magnetic pull. Over time, he'll crave that safe harbor more than any thrill or physical rush. 5. The effort reflection button. Relationships aren't a one-way street. This button taps into a powerful psychological truth. People invest more when their efforts are mirrored back to them. Men want to feel that their emotional energy is matched, not ignored or overshadowed. The effort reflection button means matching his vibe, his communication style, and his energy without overdoing it or playing games. It's the subtle dance of give and take that keeps attraction alive. How to press it. Match texting length and tone. If he sends a short, playful text, respond similarly, not with a novel Ellen's initiative. If he plans dates, occasionally surprise him by taking the lead on small things, maybe bringing his favorite snack or picking the music. Your emotional openness. If he shares something personal, reciprocate proportionally, not by unloading your entire life story in return. Why is this addictive? Because it triggers what psychologists call consistent investment. Each time he gives and sees you giving back, his brain rewards him with a dopamine hit, the feel-good chemical linked to pleasure and motivation. This creates a feedback loop. The more he invests, the more he wants to invest, all fueled by the sense that you value what he gives. 6. The unspoken loyalty button. Loyalty is something men want deeply, but it's rarely expressed with grand declarations. Instead, it's proven quietly in subtle body language, in protective instincts, in social signals that say, "I'm yours, no questions asked." The unspoken loyalty button activates his primal need for security and exclusivity. When a man senses that you are naturally and confidently on his side, without clinginess or insecurity, he feels an emotional safety that's incredibly hard to find anywhere else. How to press it. Maintain body language that orients toward him in groups, even when chatting with others. Offer small protective gestures like touching his arm lightly when someone new approaches, or defending him calmly if someone speaks poorly of him. Show subtle signs that you prioritize his feelings and reputation without needing to announce it loudly. Why is this addictive? Because it addresses a deep evolutionary trigger, the fear of abandonment and replacement. When he perceives your loyalty as unwavering and instinctive, jealousy fades and trust skyrockets. This trust isn't just cognitive, it's visceral, creating a bond so strong it feels impossible to break. He'll find himself instinctively guarding that loyalty, which binds him emotionally to you like nothing else. 7. The I believe in you button. Behind every confident man is a private landscape of doubt, uncertainty, and vulnerability. The I believe in you button speaks directly to this hidden emotional terrain by showing faith in his abilities, dreams, and character. Before he's proven anything, this is not about empty compliments. It's about recognizing his potential and speaking to the man he is becoming, not just the man he is today. It's about being his emotional champion in moments when he's unsure or fearful. How to press it. Use future-oriented praise. You have what it takes to make this happen. Encourage risk-taking gently. Go for it. Worst case, you learn. Best case, you grow. Celebrate small victories enthusiastically to build momentum. Why is this addictive? Because encouragement releases dopamine and norepinephrine, the brain chemicals that fuel motivation and reward. When a man consistently hears that you believe in his potential, he not only strives harder, but also emotionally associates you with his personal growth and success. This creates a powerful emotional bond. You're not just a partner, you're the catalyst for his best self. There you have it. Thanks for watching.